Today, I'm just going to give you a quick update on how things are progressing on in my garden.
Yes! Please subscribe!
Well, I've started with the filter house, and it's all I've managed to do here is build the structure and waterproof it. I've used some of the remaining pond liner to waterproof it and make it secure because all the electrics is inside. Come, take a look at this and I'll show you what I'm doing inside. Okay, what I've done in here is I've got this electrical connector box that I had with my camper when I was camping around the country. And what I've done is I've just now adapted it and secured it in here to run the UV filter and the pump. And on the other side I've connected it and made it into an ordinary plug because it had one of these other external plugs and I don't need that. So I got that for free and it's serving a good purpose. Moving along now to the greenhouse. Now I know in the past I've complained about my soil and how bad my soil was, but remember right in the beginning, because of the weather, I got that little greenhouse. Well, I've managed to plant a few things in there. It hasn't been a lot, but I think all in all I've planted and grown about 13 different vegetables, some of which have been harvested and everything else, but let me take you to the greenhouse and I'll show you what I've got there. Well, here I am in the greenhouse. Now, I don't know if I could have crammed anything more into here because it's really grown and I'm brushing into everything all over. But we've got quite a few tomato plants in here, and that was the only thing that was meant to stay in the greenhouse was the tomatoes. Now, some of them are coming out. I'm actually quite happy with the way the tomatoes have grown, but they're hitting the top here because they've had to be on shelves to make space for the other plants underneath. And so they've been rather constrained. But other plants that I've got a lot of lettuce, and I've had enormous amount of stuff out of here. I eat copious quantities of salads, and the lettuce has been a real money saver, as well as the spinach down below here. Well, it's over here is the spinach, and it is absolutely beautiful. I've harvested this quite a few times, and I've got a fair amount of spinach. I would have liked to have had some more, as I would of the salad, but as I say, this stuff was all meant to go outside, and we were meant to have grown it there, but this makes the greenhouse really packed, and I think I've maximized the use space of the greenhouse, and I've got future plans to try and make it bigger, but I'm really quite delighted with what I've managed to grow inside the greenhouse. Now outside, I was trying to grow some butternut. Now I've never grown butternut before, but I've got these, a couple of big ones and then a smallish one tucked behind here. So I don't really know what to think of this. I've got another little tiny one on the other side here and over here as well. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and a very small one here, 5 growing on this one plant. I don't know really what to expect of this, but this is what I've got, and hopefully it'll ripen up and mature before the season is out. Now the other thing I've got growing here is leeks. I've got these growing in a pot, as you can see over here. I don't know what to make of those. Some are doing better. I've got some behind me as well that aren't doing as well as these, but I think it's the size of the container here that is really determining what size these leeks go to, so I'm not really unhappy with this at all. Now the other experiment that I had going with these little gem squashes, if you remember right, I couldn't find any in Britain. I had to bring them from South Africa and they were all out of date. Well, I got them to grow, and there's a number of little ones coming all over. They normally get to probably a size of a tennis ball, maybe a little larger, is a normal size that I've been eating in South Africa. Whereas here, I've never grown them and I've never eaten them here because I've never seen them in the supermarket or anywhere, and I really love them. And so I'm actually very happy that they're growing. I don't know if they're going to get to their full size, but at least I've got a number of little pods over here that you can see, and they are happening, which is very exciting news. There's only one more plant to go, and that's my pepper. It hasn't done very well. It's been struggling along, but you know, it's the first time I've grown peppers. I know in South Africa we used to have peppers in our garden. I didn't grow them. My mother had grown them, and they were really big and they were vibrant and everything else. So I've struggled a little bit with this one, but it has got some little peppers on it, which is very encouraging, and it gives me a foot up of where to go to next, so I can have a look at where it has been. And it's been moved around quite a bit because it's been really weepy, and we've battled it, and we've had to nurse it all along. So I have to learn a little more about the peppers. Have a look at this one. Okay, if you have a look at this little pepper, it's got some flowers, it's got some tiny little peppers, and then it's got one that was growing, but the bugs have already got in here. So I don't know, what we're going to do with that one, because it's tucked in behind there, but I'm sure once it's grown to full age, it'll be quite edible, and it's got lots of flowers budding on it. I'm hoping that this might produce some more. I don't know when the growing season finishes with this one, but we'll just have a look. And I'm not too disappointed, because it's been a real learning curve. And yeah, that's my little peppers. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my update, and thank you for taking the time to listen. Bye-bye.